Hey guys, welcome to another episode. So today, it's probably not going to be as intense as the last session. It's pretty clear to me that I need to get some raw cash into bank so that I can start, you know, first getting some stat points, so I'm just a little bit more balanced overall, so that I can eventually wear, a teleport book, a golem book. That should help round out my character, and so that I can start doing really efficient runs. So, for gold, I wasn't really sure where to go with this. I thought, okay, start at level 9. As soon as you see level 8, go up there, because the best books drop on level 7 and 8. Actually, the experience isn't bad here. Oh wait, never mind. That's pretty bad. It must be particular enemies then. So I watched more of Mordor's stream where he talked about some perks, and one of them, I was talking about with the elemental damage. Uh, he mentioned that it would be available to elementalists. Now, I thought it would be available to mages too, and he didn't say in particular it wouldn't be available to mages, so I could always kind of hold on to that hope or that idea that, maybe it is available to them. But I'd say it's probably safe to say that it is not. And since that's the case, I can freely distribute my perk points as I see fit, because no other ideas that he talked about seem to involve the mage. So, that's a good idea. There was another one he talked about, which was, actually, what am I doing? I have Hydra now. That's peasant work. Where when you get hit, you'll take... might as well do it for everywhere. You would receive a percentage of your HP back, up to a certain amount. And the certain amount is 10%, and I think that's honestly a little busted. I'm not sure though. From the sounds of it, it's like, 10% if you get hit with like an attack from Uber Diablo or something. Okay, you're probably not going to take that much of your HP. But on every single hit. But on some hits, from like a Batten or something, or Iswal, you're probably gonna take like 200 damage. So, I don't know. When I played Iron Maiden, she didn't have like her vitality or anything amped up to be more of a tank. Oh, an amulet. But I would say that if you had something like that, like lightning damage that applies multiple hits, either that wouldn't... I don't know, would that count? And if that wouldn't count, then would monsters that attack twice not count? Because in theory, if you had plus HP percentage and plus, or I guess negative DFE, you could eventually just be capped. Like, you could just never die. Theoretically, right? Like, you'll probably die from big bosses, but there'd be some enemies that you would just never damage you. Now, I mean, I'm sure that, like, that's never going to get put in the game that way, because, Mordor's not stupid. He doesn't just go in there and say, well, this is broken, let's just implement it. But it makes me wonder how it would be implemented. And probably... yeah, Book of Lightning, nice. Probably it would be over time. So maybe like a lot of other games went away from the instant style of healing even in the form of potions. Like Path of Exile doesn't have, you know, instant potions, or they do, but they're much, much weaker. But instead it would be over time, so even if you did get, you know, 10% of your HP back, but you only took 8% of your HP damage, if you got hit many times in a row, then you'd still take damage and be able to die. But I always thought that a perk like this would come in the form of a flat life, or a flat mana regeneration. Well, maybe regenerate's not a word, but like, recuperate. And I thought pretty much just the exact same reason. If you got hit with lightning, it would be really good, but if you got hit with like big giant attacks, it wouldn't be as good. And you still want to give some benefit to characters that have life leech. Bonus experience gained. I guess I'll keep it. It's handy for other places, but for right now, when I only get 1 experience instead of enemies, it's not really that useful. Okay, so about 1,000 gold so far. I didn't even do a level yet, so I guess I can still make a decent amount of money this way. And actually, on the note of looking for gold and how much gold I can get, my worry is about too much gold cut kind of out the window right now, because eventually it looks like multiplayer is going to be set up so you only find your own drops. Nobody else will even be able to see what you drop. They won't even see it if you drop it in town. It doesn't matter. They just will never see it. So in one way, I'm, you know, kind of upset, because if you find really, really good items, like top of the top, cream of the crop, and say I could use it on a mage and an elementalist, maybe like some Amulet of the Elders. So like Q level 63 Cursed Apex. Exactly what you need for a particular build. But it was your Elementalist you needed it for. That's something you probably won't find again in your lifetime. It took like a year to find a decent, sturdy armor of endurance or whatever in the Hell 1. Of playing pretty much every day. That's what the Koreans told me. So, if that's the case, then yeah, you're basically, when you play this game, unless you really only play one character and you know all the uniques ahead of time, there's no real way you can be optimal on paper, right? It just doesn't seem theoretically possible, but on the other hand, like the reason for doing it is pretty good. People do abuse it. It's very obvious. And if it was just taken out, it would probably stop a lot of the easy ways of seeing it, where a lot of people just who don't have like a coding background and can't really change the game on a fundamental level. You know, they can still copy elixirs, or they can still mule certain like gold to their other characters and whatever. All those little things. That just kind of goes out the window. So on one hand, I'm really happy because that will be the case. The only way I think people could get around it now would be, and this probably won't happen because Mordor usually makes things incompatible. You'd have to find something in this version of the game, so within the next month, I think. Then you'd have to pretty much mule it, drop it for another character, and then, you know, that way you would have either a copy or you would have like something that didn't actually drop for your character. I don't think you can retroactively go back and put your characters, say if like in 5 months from now you find like that legendary drop, you put your save files back into this version of the game. I don't think that it'll adapt that way. I could be wrong, but yeah, as long as that is taken care of, and I'm sure it will be, it should stop a lot of the copying and stuff. People will be upset though, like they definitely 100% won't be happy campers. Even right now, where you can mule, but you can't, there is no shared stash, people are losing their minds, so, I mean, I don't know, to me that is what it is, like there's, if the Hell 1 had it, and you could exploit the hell out of it, and a lot of people were upset, and a lot of people were happy. But I think if you still cared enough, like, you all of a sudden took up coding so you could rewrite, you know, different values in the source code or something like that. I don't actually know how to do any of this, but I'm just saying, like, if someone really cared that much, like, you know, they would have that experience, they would know how to do it. So it's like, okay, well, they could do that, or they could just play the game normally and not just, like, pass over elixirs and everything. But I don't know. On one hand, it's like it's a choice on how you want to play, but I don't think that the choice should be made that easy for you or be available that easy. There's a lot of other games that you play online with, like, you know, MMOs or something. There's millions of players on them, and maybe only like less than a percentage of the population actually hacks, because it's actually just difficult to create or find them online. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is easy, but sometimes it is, you know, harder than other times, so it's like, okay, well, they're not doing too bad. There's still like people cheating and whatever, but it's way less. But it doesn't stop people the same way. It's like, you know, if people really, really wanted to, they could just spend part of their life learning how to code or cheat the system or whatever, but I mean, why make it easy? So Gold's going up slowly. The other option is to waste. I think I saw a ring with like plus 60 to 100 gold find, but that costs, I think about 5 to 6,000 gold. So drop that little bit so that you can go through level 1 to 4 and just wipe the house with everything and drop tons of gold, or you know, just kind of accept that the first book of teleport and golem are going to be very difficult to buy, but after that it'll be infinitely easier, so it won't really be required. I don't know. I figure this way is probably the best. I don't have to really worry too much about how I do things. I either get stats, I either get books, or I get gold. Where if I do like the plus gold find items, then I specifically go down to like level 1. I can only find low level books. I don't get any like bonus side experience like I kind of get here. Some enemies give me a little bit, but
not enough mana. Not enough. Greetings!
yeah, so I could buy something like that, but I don't know. I guess it wouldn't be bad in levels like where I'm going right now, but I don't know. If I could just save up for plus magic or another book a little bit faster, I think that'd be better. These aren't bad, but I don't want to buy them yet because I'm not sure if I'll need them. If I get enough stat points from just, you know, sheer luck, I may not need them. Part of me thinks I should go really try hard on this and get an extremely large screen. Kind of like what you do with the mushroom quest. Even though you can't see outside of like the enemies all the time with improvision, you can at least see how many bookshelves, how many shrines, where they are in this level. So your controls are limited, but on the other hand, everything else is pretty awesome. You grind way faster that way. But it's also visually unappealing if you're recording. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I might do it off screen. Part of me just wants to get a few books in the bank, maybe a few firewalls or something, just so it's like, it's evident what I'm doing, but I can just watch TV while I do it. Because I set myself in UDP right now, which I figure is going to be my way of playing solo while in MP. Nobody really seems to check it. But, I don't know, in the back of my head I kind of like the idea that, you know, every single part of your run was recorded. Or at least every part where you found something good. There we go. So it looks like pretty much just killing the bosses is giving me the majority of this gold here. Regular drops on the ground isn't really helping all that much. So... If I invested in strength, I could actually get my gold find up. But no, that's not really too important to me. I think I could save more money if I just invest into magic. That way, I won't need to buy as many items. So what do I have right now? 149. I think I need 11 more magic to re-teleport. So, level 25 is doable. I'll probably get that next time I play with other people. But I'll probably have to find another piece of gear that actually has plus magic on it, or buy it, so it's whatever. I don't think there's any more books on this level, so I'll go the opposite way. The good books don't drop in here, but I still get shrines, so
protect me.
I'll see what's down here. There we go. I guess I can maybe peek over this wall and see if I can see bookshelves. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, I guess make a new game.
Greetings! I cannot cast that here.
Actually, getting additional magic doesn't look like it's all that difficult. 2100 is actually really cheap for that. But it's sort of a waste of money once you start getting money. 'Cause eventually I'll level up and I'll just outdo it, so. Oh. Dang it.
What ails you, my friend?
Damn, that's actually a lot of gold. Hmm.
Hello, good friend.
compelled to buy plus gold items. Hmm.
Greetings!
Yeah, maybe if I find it on a ring. The good thing about a ring is that even if I do find, you know, everyone would say just my luck, I found another gold find item. Say if I got these gloves, right? With gold find, I could find another pair. But if I found a ring, it's like, oh shoot, I found another ring. That would be a good thing. I would have 2 rings of gold find. I mean, the odds don't seem very good, but they are there, so. And even with like 9% acid resist, I'm still getting pegged here. Oh, 8%, my bad.
Not enough mana.
It's a different aspect to think about too, is the trading community in the Hell one was fairly big. I actually didn't realize that so many people would really want to trade at the beginning. It seems sort of like, you know, most people who are that serious about getting stuff would just, you know, do it through like asking people for free or just download some kind of program to like hack stuff or whatever, but there's actually a lot of people who traded, so In the Hell 2 though, no one has ever said that they'd trade anyone for anything yet. I've had people just message me and say like, hey, will you give me your items or your like characters? So I mean, like I could see that way, but the trading community is one where it's like I really expected someone to be like, okay, I'll actually trade you this for that. And maybe it's because, you know, it's in beta and people don't want to like waste time on stuff that's not gonna like be there, but maybe it just isn't a big thing anymore.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
Ugh, it's terribly inefficient to do this while walking.
Not enough mana. Greetings!
I might just keep making new games until I find a ring or something with a gold find. It's starting to seem like a pretty good idea. I started with 4,000 gold today, made 6,000 in 40 minutes roughly. So if I would double that, in 20 minutes I could make that, but it costs 6,000 down front. Yeah, essentially it makes sense to have gold find. If I have gold find, then I will make a lot more money that way. Okay, over time it's worth it. Quick maths, quick maths. Alright, so I'll catch you guys next time.